So we picked up where we left off, where we see Hitsugi, Kiyoshi, and Tosuka is ready to face off this giant ass spider, which is called Jonathan Spider, which is a superclass monster. Tosuka himself, realizing the situation that he's getting teleported right in front of a superclass monster like that, he reckoned that they all need to fall back. This is where Hitsugi highlighted to him that there's nowhere to run because we're already surrounded, as we're seeing this monster tree with like 4 faces is ready to attack them from the back. While Tosuka is looking at the situation, looking real scuffed, I think one of them, if not Kiyoshi or Hitsugi, mentioned that it's not a problem, and this is where those two start to pull out their attack. Kiyoshi pull out a Moonrise Kingdom, and this is the first time we're getting to see what the fuck this gun is doing. And apparently it's a aqua gun. It's a water gun, and it says aqua gun 90 galleries. And with one shot, both Hitsugi and Kiyoshi obliterated the monsters around them. As Tosuka is looking at this, like these are actual rookies taking on serious like superclass monster level threats. Then we just get this badass pose. I can't wait to see this shit in the anime. So while they're walking through the Memento Forest, Kiyoshi notified that Hitsugi's percept powers has increased very drastically in very little time. And percept power is basically like their chakra. That's like the spiritual energy they use for like any type of abilities they got. As they're still walking, Tosuka asks them if they even know where they're going, and obviously due to the reaction that we see right here, they don't. They're just looking cool, but realistically they've never really know how to maneuver through the Memento Forest. But that's okay though, because this is where Tosuka gets to shine, as he summons something from the ground using his pen stick, like his exorcist stick. And what he summoned is this dripped out bird named Cook, which is this exorcist bird who is only a chicken right now, but actually later down the line can grow into a phoenix. And his main purpose is for him to navigate through the Memento Forest. Well, not specifically the Memento Forest. His main feature is to navigate. Also, Cook is very weird because he's a chicken, but he knows, but he's been trained like a dog, seeing that he know how to shake, sit, and hand, and he even barks in most occasions. We then see another monster getting one-shotted by Hitsugi's water gun. As Tosuka begins to ask him if he's ever going to run out of bullets, he said no, because this is not no regular gun. It's a water pistol where it is able to shoot holy water by converting the moisture in the air to turn it into holy water. So as long as there's moisture in the air, he can convert into the holy water to shoot. He'll forever have ammo. He has infinite rounds. Hitsugi begins to mention that even though being inside the Memento Forest in phase 2, he wouldn't think that it would have been this easy, since all the monsters that he's been on, he's able to one-shot. This is where Tosuka gets a highlight that it's not all that easy, because there is the ferocious beast of Mementos. And the ferocious beast of the Memento Forest is a superclass monster that is even on the same level as a demon lord. Hearing that, Hitsugi was willing to fight somebody like that. But then Tosuka began to mention that 10 years ago when he was in the GC test, the second phase that they're in was the first phase. And the first phase was the heart, to visit the heart of the Memento Forest. And everybody failed in that phase 1 because they had to meet up against the ferocious beast, all except one. And you see right down below me the fucking piercing. You see that it was none other than my boy Ten Masakaki was the only one that was able to pass the GC test, or at least pass phase 1 of the GC test 10 years ago. So he goes to say that no matter how strong you are, it's best to just like finish this phase without even encountering it in general. And this is where Hitsugi asks, for somebody who's been here for 10 years in a row and still going, he's a very weird guy. What's the purpose of what's the purpose of the fact that you're still doing this shit even after 10 years worth of failure? And the reason being is because that his friend was also being killed by the demon lord, just like how Kiyoshi's family was killed by the demon lord. And the real reason, and then not only that, him becoming a Grand Cross will give him the permission for him to enter into the demon realm to go fight this demon lord. If his friend would have never died, he would have become a Grand Cross, or he would have been an exorcist who would just go back to the countryside where he lives to be a part of his hometown Exorcist Association branch. And in doing so, that's why he's this career driven. That's why he's this, because he never had this at first. It was his best friend, but he ended up getting packed up and he's still here. So he's just doing this to avenge him. Kiyoshi feeling passionate and bad for him. He promised that we all gonna pass and we all gonna meet Grand Crosses. And Hisugi trying to like play it off, but Hisugi feeling this shit too. Tosuka being shocked at the fact that they're not laughing at him, so therefore to their response, they said, what's there to laugh at? As they both understand that there are reasons that but they both understand, especially for Kiyoshi, that reasons like that are the reasons why, like, people like him, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is reasonable. With Tosuka being motivated, he ran in front line with my boy Cook out here trying to find the exit. Until they all start to realize that Tosuka is flying a little bit too high, and he just got higher, so he's just getting flung all the way back. Hisugi and Kiyoshi try to run, but they're being interfered with fucking demons and shit like that. We see Tosuka landed somewhere, and the first person that he met are this bitch ass dude named Yana and the two little henchmen that he got. So there's some shady shit that's going on that Yana's trying to do. As we see our boy Hisugi and Kiyoshi mowing down these dudes trying to find Tosuka. And that is the end of this chapter. Hopefully you like it. I will be doing chapter 14 real soon. I think like right after this, if anything. And with all that being said, make sure you follow, share, like, and stay tuned.